G'day guys, this is Tier and oh my god, it is finally happening. Legendary crafting is making a change. We've just gotten a notification in the Fallout 76 Discord. They are making some big changes to the game as a whole in this PTS that's going to be coming out, and one of them is legendary crafting. I am so goddamn excited for this, you have no idea. Goodbye legendary gambling and hello true legendary crafting. Let's get into this and read the patch notes here. We'll get through all of the other stuff as well, but for right now I really want to focus on the legendary crafting because this is big. This changes the game in a massive way. Alright, so let's read it. We've been exploring a new approach to legendary crafting and we wanted to give you an opportunity to get your hands onto it to provide some early feedback. Our intention with the changes mentioned below is to give you a way to have more direct control over the legendary mods that are on your legendary items. We believe this system will require time and iteration, don't know if that makes sense, to get it right. So while we're providing this to you to test now, it won't be released on the live game until we believe it's ready. Yes, I agree. Get it right and then give it to us. We want it to be polished and ready to go. But this is something that we want. Fucking 1000%. Your feedback during this PTS period will be critical to how this develops. Please share your thoughts in our Discord server or over on the Fallout 76 subreddit. Okay, I will be providing a fuck ton of feedback, and you guys really should be too. If anything, if you don't have any notes on what you would like changed or whatever, even you guys saying, yes, Bethesda, this is something we want. Please go ahead with this. Make sure this releases to the public eventually. Please do this. I like how this is looking. Amazing. Just shit like that. Let them know that this is something we want so they actually go ahead and release it. Alright, before we dive into how this version of legendary crafting works, let's introduce you to legendary particles, our new crafting component. In this new system, you'll use legendary particles to craft legendary mods and spend legendary modules to swap them onto legendary items. Alright, so particles craft the legendary mods, and legendary modules swap them onto legendary items. So I've already read this. Legendary mods, so being the bloodied effect, the anti-armor effect, the +1 strength effect, you know, swing speed, faster fire rate, extra crit damage, all that shit. Those are mods. Those are legendary mods. And we will be able to craft the physical versions of those with legendary particles. Basically the same way you utilize scout armor. You know, you can get those physical mods from the Enclave. Or the Enclave plasma rifles. That's a great example, everyone knows about that. You can get the physical plasma flamer barrel or plasma sniper rifle barrel or reflex sight. You can get those physical mods from vendors. These will be like that. You can just get those physical mods and then put them onto your, well, craft those mods with particles, and then put them onto your weapon with the legendary modules. It's pretty straightforward. Legendary particles can be obtained by scrapping legendary items at your workbench or trading with players. So legendary particles, basically it's a new junk item that you can put in your scrap box. Awesome. You can trade legendary particles with other players, so that's awesome. That's an economy boom right there. Trading scene is going to be on fire. You can also gain them by scrapping legendary items. So let's say I've got a random junk I don't know, executioners, fucking VATS hit chance, fucking bullshit, less VATS cost, pipe rifle. I don't want that. I don't want those things. So I can scrap that at my workbench and get some legendary particles. Awesome. These legendary particles can also be stored in your scrap stash. Yep, like I just said. So that's awesome. That's great. Awesome. Fuck yes. I'm going to be saying awesome a lot this video because I'm so excited for this. This is something I've wanted for so long. I can't believe it's finally coming. I've been giving a lot of feedback about this legendary crafting system for months now to the right people. I've been crossing my fingers that each PTS something would come, and finally it's here. So this has been a long time coming and I'm pretty excited for it. We're still evaluating how we want to manage legendary cores moving forward. Fair enough, legendary cores should just be removed at this point. Everyone has like thousands of them just because you get them for doing nothing. You just play the game and you get them. You don't really need them. You just need legendary modules, so fuck the cores off, honestly. Now let us explain how this system works. Before you can start swapping legendary mods onto your items, you'll need to obtain your desired mod in one of two ways. Trading for the mod with another player, awesome, so you can get a actual bloodied prefix legendary mod, trade that from another player, or you can get a +1 luck legendary 3rd star mod if you want to put that on your intelligence experience grinding armor. You know, a million examples, you can fucking do this, that, and the other, but trade them with players, that's cool. Like I said, economy boom, that's going to be great for the community. Second way, you can scrap legendary items with your desired mod on it. So every time you scrap a legendary item, you will obtain legendary particles. So yeah, as we said before, I didn't really touch on this, but you will be able to scrap random trash that you don't want, or you can script them to get, you know, from the mole bitch, whatever her name is, Murmur. You can get legendary modules from her, do that, or you can scrap them now. You can script or scrap. Fuck, that's a tongue twister. And if you scrap them, you get legendary particles, and you have a chance to learn the actual mods that you're scrapping. Every time you scrap a legendary item, you'll obtain legendary particles, as well as have a chance to learn one of the legendary mods that you are scrapping on that item. After obtaining a mod plan from an item, you can head over to your tinker bench to craft it by spending legendary particles. So it seems from the wording here, we will actually be able to learn the plans. So the same way, you know, you can, whenever you want, if you learn the plan for, let's say, a 10mm pistol, you can swap between all of the receivers, all the barrels, if you know the plan. You can just switch as you want. So eventually, after you scrap enough weapons, you may learn all of the legendary effects, and you can swap between whatever you want at will. Obviously for a big price, because this will change and get more expensive the more you do it on a single weapon or armor. So that's fucking awesome. That's great. Like I said, goodbye legendary gambling and hello legendary crafting. Finally, nice to meet you. This is the community. We've been wanting you for a while. But yeah, you can craft the legendary mods at your tinker bench and then put them on your weapon or armor piece with legendary particles and legendary modules. Alright, let's move on. Once crafted, you can either trade that mod, so the mod itself, with another player, or head over to your workbench to swap it onto a legendary item. So let's say I scrapped a anti-armor 1-star double barrel shotgun. I scrapped it and I was lucky and I learnt the plan for that. So then I can go to a tinker workbench and craft said anti-armor prefix module. I've got the module, the mod, and now I can either trade that with another player, or I can put it on another weapon that I have. Let's say I've got a god roll, I don't know, a god roll fixer that's got a god roll 2nd and 3rd star, you know, crit damage and less VATS cost, but the prefix is, I don't know, hunters or some garbage like that. Now I can put anti-armor on it and replace hunters. So that's fucking awesome. That's so good. Please note, when you swap a legendary mod onto an item, that item becomes character bound, which makes it untradeable and not droppable in the world. Each time you replace a mod on an item, the cost will increase. This is totally fair right here. Totally fair. So you can still trade with the community for god roll items that have dropped in the world out of pure luck. Or you can jump through the hoops and grind and grind and grind, and you can get the modules and the particles and create it yourself for yourself. Okay? So that's yours. You won't be able to trade that thing that is yours. You can still get a chance to get a copy of a legendary item that you've just crafted from in the world, and you can trade that one, but the one you've crafted is yours. I support that. I think that's a good way to reel this in. And also, each time you replace a mod on an item, it will increase the cost. Totally fair there as well. So if your first time modding just one item, let's say you've got a really almost god roll item and you just need to change one mod, the cost won't be too bad. But if you need to change 2, it'll be a little bit more expensive. Or if you just want to create a god roll item from scratch, prefix 2nd star and 3rd star, it's going to be a bit expensive. Fair enough. Obviously, the more you mod something, it should be more expensive with this system. I agree. I think that's a good way to balance this out. Now, as a result of this update, we're also relaxing the legendary mod restrictions on weapons. We're excited to see you explore this system and find new exciting mod combinations. Not sure what they mean there. Does that mean we can just craft whatever on whatever? I'll have to look into the PTS and see what that's about. Potentially we can put explosive effects on energy weapons. I don't know. They're relaxing the restrictions, so I'm assuming anything goes, but we'll see. We appreciate that this is a large change to how you interact with legendary items, but we're eager for you to test this yourself, the system, and share your feedback. Tell us what you think about it in the UI, UX, or how does this feel to obtain and craft legendary mods. We want your thoughts on all aspects of this, so join us in the Discord and share your thoughts. I will be Bethesda, don't you bloody worry about that, mate. I'm going to be providing all the motherfucking feedback. And I hope you guys do too. So that's cool. That's great. This is basically what this should have been. I'm going to do another video this week showcasing all of the feedback I've given in the PTS. This right here is basically what I've suggested 4 or 5 times now. So I'm happy. I'm happy as fuck. We finally have a way to get the stuff that we want without being at the absolute mercy to good old Todd Howard RNG. This is brilliant, fantastic, great. Can't wait for it. Alright, let's move on and look at the rest of the stuff. Best Builds. Milepost Zero will be introducing a new social update called Best Builds. Best Builds is a system that allows players to submit, visit, and rate submitted camps. Best Builds will be shared and populated I'm guessing that's supposed to be throughout Wasteland for all players. This is very poorly written. For all players across all adventure mode servers to see. Be able to visit these amazing creations and enjoy the comfort, design, and unique tastes the builder has in store for its visitors. While visiting, if you happen to appreciate the builder's camp, you can show your support by leaving a like. Okay? We hope this allows our dedicated player builders an opportunity to show off their creations, as well as inspire players others to create their own builds. Okay, cool. I've heard a little bit about Milepost Zero. This is a really cool update. So basically it's a shared building space that will be players can just fuck around with and build to their heart's content, and other players will see it. You can submit your camp, visit, and rate. So upon your travels in the Wasteland, you will notice a few new locations with the blue ribbon on the paper map and on the compass. These are our player-created best builds. You'll be able to fast travel to these camps, the same as you would any other camp. While visiting, please take your time to sit down, relax, and enjoy the experience the builder has in store for you. Don't delay on checking out a camp that piques your interest. Best builds rotate in and out every hour. Okay, so it's just locations, and player creations will rotate every hour. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can read that. Pause it if you want to read how to submit. Rate. If you happen to find a best builds that you fancy, feel free to show your support to the builder by giving them a like. You can like a best build by going to the best build icon on the player map and selecting like. Giving that builder a like will help show the other players camp is indeed a best build. Okay, so nothing really special, just a like a Facebook post. Another massive thing for this PTS, combat rebalance. Oh boy. The Milepost Zero update continues the work set out in Skyline Valley to update our combat systems. This patch includes changes to sources of fire and poison damage, as well as how the damage over time effect works. Fire and poison damage will typically include a dot effect, with fire damage trending towards shorter duration and higher damage per second, with poison trending towards longer duration and higher overall damage. Okay, I can get behind that change. General, we made an adjustment to the damage modifiers for creature weak points. This will result in additional damage dealt to creatures when weapons with lower damage per hit are used. Oh, what does that mean? Damage dealt. Additional damage, lower damage per hit. Won't that be a buff to automatic weapons then? Won't that be because automatic weapons are lower damage per hit, and it's additional damage. Automatic weapons are already powerful enough, mate. Why are you buffing them? Unless I'm totally misunderstanding this. I hope I am. We need this to happen for single fire weapons. Anyway, damage over time effects now scale with bonuses to weapon damage. Ooh, all of them do. Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. That'll be pretty good on some weapons. Especially the fucking cremator. Address a series of inconsistencies with how certain damage effects, primarily damage over time, were dealing incorrect damage types, or were untyped damage without a corresponding resistance. Okay, so just fixed a whole lot of stuff there. That'll probably affect a lot of the melee bleed weapons, so they will actually deal proper bleed damage, like the Headhunter Scythe does. Addressed an issue where damage over time effects dealt by players would not scale to match the creature's level. Okay, that's going to be a huge buff to all dots. My upcoming damage over time melee build is definitely going to be getting buffed. I'm going to have to push that back to when this comes out. Fixed an issue where certain effects such as damage over time and the Vampire's legendary mod would stack when applied multiple times simultaneously on a single target. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is most commonly occurred with shotguns, but could also occur when using two shot. Oh no. Oh no. Vampires has been nerfed. So no. Oh fuck. Vampire shotguns are going to be pointless. If this means what I think it means. Shit. So Vampire's effect will no longer stack with the 8 pellets from a shotgun. Oh, fuck. My shotgun build just came out and I heavily suggested that you use that. Oh, shit. Fuck. The damage over time thing, I agree. But Vampires, oh, that was such a cool niche thing. I thought that was like intentional. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Anyway. Things happen, things change. The following weapons and weapon mods have been updated in accordance with the fire and poison dot adjustments mentioned above. Okay, so all of these basically fire dealing and poison dealing mods on weapons and melee weapons are just going to be adjusted to fit the new norm. Pause and check out all these weapons if you want to see them. Additional weapon updates. Increase the damage for floater freezer grenades. Okay, cool. No one fucking uses those. Reduce the damage over time for cremator's burn to account for it now scaling with weapon damage bonuses. Makes sense, I guess. Reduce the self-damage dealt with the player when firing the Kabloom at close range. That was actually really needed. That weapon was... You kill yourself often with that. Reduce the recoil and base AP cost for the rail rifle. What? Reduce the fire rate and remove the AP... Okay. I was going to fucking say, did they just buff the railway rifle? Okay, reduce the recoil and base AP cost. And as well as that, they've reduced the fire rate and removed the AP cost reduction for the railway rifle automatic piston receiver. Okay, so they've balanced the railway rifle. So basically, if you have a railway rifle with less AP cost and automatic, you can get it down to like 2 or 3 AP cost per shot. So they've reduced the base AP cost, which was like around... I think it's like around 15, 13, something like that. So they've probably reduced that. And they've removed the bonus for automatic piston, so you can no longer get it down to like 3 or 2. So railways have been nerfed. Headhunter's Scythe damage type has been changed to bleed. Dev note, please give us feedback on how this weapon's bleed damage feels. I can already tell you from Angry Turtle's video that it's much better not... like, you know, when you don't modify it, the default bleed, whatever that is. Keep it as that. Creature balance adjustments have been made for the following creatures. Deathclaw, Snelly, Scorch, Honey, Warm Tick, all of those. Okay. They're just going... What do you mean balance adjustments? Are they harder to kill? They deal more damage? What? Tell us, man. Creature weapons. Weapon used by the following creatures have also been updated. It does not tell me in what way. I'm guessing they deal more or less damage on a need-to-know basis. Perk changes. Vaccinated. Increased disease resistance from all sources based on your endurance stat. Okay, that's actually cool. Not a useful perk still, but at least it's buffed in some way. It makes it unique. Scaling with endurance. Thirst Quencher, if I can speak. Increases action points while not diseased based on your endurance stat. Increases action points. Okay. So it's just going to give you more action points without diseases. That might actually be a useful perk to slot in for a VATS build. Okay. And that's in endurance too. There's not really any good perks in endurance. That might be worth checking out. So if you're just not diseased, which most of the time you're not, you get, let's say, 10, 20, 30, however many more action points to use. Nice. Iron Stomach increases damage reduction while not diseased. Damage reduction, that's percentage. Okay, not damage resistance, reduction. That's fucking mad. Okay. Iron Stomach's going to be very good. Okay, while not diseased. Okay, cool. Natural resistance increases your energy, fire, cryo, and poison resistance while not diseased based on your... Okay, awesome. Damn, these are some good perks now. Besides vaccinated. No one's going to fucking care about that. Or actually, or are they? Because all of these work with when you're not diseased. Will you need to slot in vaccinated to not get diseased so that these are like permanent bonuses? That gets you thinking. Okay, alright. I fuck with that. That's cool. Region bosses. The following creatures have had an adjustment to how incoming damage is reduced. Primarily affects cases where VAT's critical attacks and damage over times would bypass a portion. Oh my god, finally. That's... Okay, so for those of you that didn't know, VAT's criticals entirely bypassed the boss's 70, 80, 60, whatever % damage reduction. So crits no longer do that. And I guess some cases of overtime effects were doing that as well. I didn't know about that. But critical attacks, this is a big nerf for critical attacks on bosses, just an FYI. But it's a needed bug fix, if I can speak. Public event plus daily ops testing schedule, along with the return of Mischief Night, we now have 2 new locations for daily ops arriving in this update. You go to the Glass Caverns. Ooh, that's nice. I like that place. It's a cool dungeon. And daily ops at Atlantic City Community Center. Okay, cool. 2 new locations. Just some known issues. Players may not be tagged. Any behavior. Yeah, okay. Pause a few. I'm not too interested in these bug fixes, but pause a few are. Yeah, nothing too interesting here for the end there. And that's a lot. Okay, so some really good bug fixes, some good damage modifications and rebalancing, and legendary crafting. Long fucking overdue. This is going to be an amazing update. I can't wait to dive into this PTS and give all of the feedback. Sick. Sick. Okay. I guess that's it for the video. Guys, let me know your thoughts. How excited are you for this? Because I'm very excited. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I've said everything I need to say. I'm excited for this. Roll the outro. That's going to do it for me. A massive shout out to all of my channel members. You're all legends, and thank you for your continued support on the channel. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me further, then consider becoming a member or check out my merch store. We've got a lot of great designs and benefits, so be sure to check that out in the description. And while you're down there, chuck me a follow on my other social medias and join my Discord. Subscribe if you're new and like the video if you've enjoyed. I've been Tia, and I'll catch us in the next one. Welcome to Valhalla.